Thought I'd just do a quick screencast to show you how to use Tinkercad circuits and how to create a new circuit. And I want to use this online simulation to show you how to use create a program in Arduino called Hello World. Hello World is the standard sort of program we run in a lot of different programming languages to get started. So let's show you. So I've signed in. I've actually come into circuits here on the left hand side. So if I click new circuit now, come to another window. My connection's running a bit slow. Here I go. Now, so I want to create a program. You'll notice I haven't got anything on the stage here. It says select a component below to get started. If I go to code editor now, it says no programmable components found. So we actually have to put something on the stage here, of a work area here, that we can actually program. One thing we can program is an Arduino Uno, which is this component here, Arduino Uno. So I grab that and I'm going to drag this to the stage. So we can do it this time. There it is. Okay. Use a mouse wheel to make it go smaller. I've actually put a couple up there by mistake. And I've just got one now. I'm using my mouse wheel to make it go smaller. So here's my Arduino Uno. Here are the digital pins up here, and here are the analog pins here. We're not going to use any pins yet. I'm just going to show you how to program the board to send out a message. The first thing I want to do is I want to go to code editor now. You'll see the code editor by default, it has a circuit already built into it. This is using Blockly code. The circuit will actually turn an LED on and off for 1 second. This circuit is called Blink, and it's your standard sort of setup circuit for an Arduino. I'll just show you how that works and then I'll get out of this section. So the easiest way to show you how this works is I'm going to grab an LED here and grab it, and I'm going to put it just here. This is what we call built-in LED. On pin 13 it has a built-in resistor, so that LED won't blow. Now if I go back to the code editor now, what will this will actually turn it on high, or wait for 1 second, turn it on low, wait for 1 second. There you go, turns on, turns off, turns on, turns off. Bit of a warning there that the current could be too high. On a real board that isn't an issue, but if I use pin 12, I'd blow that LED. So that is how people usually start off with Arduino. I don't want to do it like that because I want to show you how the serial monitor works. So I'm going to stop this simulation. And you'll notice that I've got block codes here, and I've also got some text coding here. So what I'm going to do is delete that. I've got trash bin here. I'm going to delete that there. There you go, delete. No. And delete. Still not going. Gotcha. Alright. So now you'll notice here in the text area here that I've got this thing called the setup. Then I've got a loop. Now that loop will, whenever the Arduino is on, that'll play. And it says a little delay to improve the performance. Alright. What I want to do is have an output, and I'm just going to drag that to the stage. And I want to output in the serial monitor, and it says Hello World with a new line. You'll notice that this section is actually came in here. Hello World with a 10 millisecond delay. So if I play that now, that light won't come on, and you'll see if I now have to go upload and run. Alright, so that's working, but you'll see there's nothing's coming out at the moment. I'm not seeing any output. What I have to do is click over here to the serial monitor. And you'll see here I've got Hello World and it's going at a really fast rate. It's hello world, hello world, hello world, really, really fast. That's because I haven't got much of a delay here. So I was saying hello world, it's printing it out, serial dot print, that's ln, that looks like in, but it's ln, that's line, and there's a message. I can print anything out. I'm going to stop that now. Let's see if we can add a bit of a delay so it's not going quite as fast. If I go to control now, I can actually wait 1 second. So this will actually, in the loop, it'll print out hello world, and I'll wait 1 second for the delay. It's a bit of Blockly code here that we can use in Arduino simulation online. So now if I play it, I'll have to upload and run, sorry. So I'll have to upload the program again. You'll notice it's still saying hello world, but we're waiting 1 second before it does that. Okay, so that's Blockly code and using serial monitor to actually say hello world. What I want to do now is I want to get away from that, and I want to show you some other things we can do with serial as well. So I'll actually stop the simulation, and I'll get rid of this Blockly code here. I'll just actually show you the code and how I'd actually start to set this up. So I'm going to not use the Blockly, I'm going to use text line coding here. With the Arduino setup, we usually use this top section here to declare variables. Have a bit of a header section as well. I'll put this up here. So it's a good idea to have a header section where, we do a, who, what, where and when section. So, who creates a program. We would also say, title of program, just so we can give idea of other people who come after us, what's going on. And we'd also put here, where and when. So you'll notice I'm using 2 forward slashes. They create comments. I also would declare variables here. Later on I'll show you how to do that, but today, just this section here, I'm just going to show you how to do the setup. Now the setup refers to things that will only run once, and we set it up initially. So what I want to do now is I want to write some code. I'm going to write this code here, serial.begin. And I use serial with a capital S. What that does is it sets up a serial communication. And I always end C++ line of code with a semicolon. So I'm saying serial, that's a form of communication which I use with the serial monitor. I can also use serial communications to talk to other devices that connected up via USB. I go begin, so I'm getting at the start, and I'm writing 2600, that's the frequency, or that's the baud rate that it's going to go onto. Good idea with this, I've just found sometimes it can glitch out a bit, so I always add a bit of a delay. I might add just 100 milliseconds. Then I'm going to write serial dot print ln, so I'm going to print a line, and then I'm going to say hello world. What I've done is when I close something in talkie marks or quotations, I'm actually printing out a string. So that'll actually print out the message hello world. And then in the loop, I've got a delay. Well, I don't really need that because I just want to show you how we can just print something out here. If I now go start simulation, I'll upload and run first. You'll see that I've got hello world, but I've got all these other things here, so I really need to clear that. I might be able to clear it just by that. I'm not sure how to clear it. I'm not sure. But But I might change this to hello world. So I've got to stop the simulation. I might say hello world today. There's probably a command to clear it. I'm not sure what it is at this stage. So I'll just start again, upload and run. See, I've got hello world today. It just says that once and then it stops because I've only said it once in the setup. If I wanted to keep on writing something else, I would write something in here. Serial is a very, very powerful tool, and I'll show you why in some of the next things I demonstrate. It's very powerful, but we need to know what the program's doing. Arduino doesn't really have a printout, so we need to use different forms of communication to print out. And it's very important when we start to hook sensors up to the board that we can actually figure out what's going on. We can actually figure out what data is going on. So I might show that in the next little video I make. So to recap, we can use hello world. We're going to print this out using a form of communication called serial. The syntax is serial with a capital S dot print. That's the method, what we're doing. With the serial is we're printing it out. We print out ln, which means we're printing out a line. What we put in quotes is what we're actually printing out. So that's the program. The structure of the program is we have a header section where we talk about the title of the program, who created the program, where and when. We declare our variables in this section. The setup is where we start to set up the board, how it's going to work the first time. And in the loop section, this is what happens when the board is actually on, and how it actually interprets the program and how it reads data from the different devices that we plug into it. Okay, so that'll do for today, and I'll